babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
Mike Eastman,
and I'm Ron Milts. All right, so hey guys, it's we're back. And
hey Mike, how's it going, man?
How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good.
Good to have you here.
So we've been talking for a while about getting a new Todd, and so we kind of like Todd he just didn't want to do this anymore. So we need a replacement person, otherwise we cannot keep any sort of regular schedule. So Mike's going to be that new swing for us. So
back burner man.
Yeah,
it's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
welcome aboard.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah,
it's a party in here.
It is definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's a little tighter now. That's not a fat joke.
Oh, yeah.
What?
We're less than a minute in, okay?
No, I'm not wrecking. I'm just saying it's like, it's a 3-man booth. We might need to get a smaller table. So that's
I don't want to be sitting on your lap. I mean, shit.
Well, you know what?
It's a poker table. It's not like
we're gonna get some fucking Joe Rogan sponsors,
right?
Yo, there you go.
And then we're build a whole new studio and shit.
We got a whole studio.
Awesome.
We don't ever go to it.
So
the last 3 times we went to the studio, Chris, it was like crickets are us there, and it's like
I figured out how to get them.
Well, I got to tell you, man, on the way over here tonight, I was listening to, the radio and their traffic report, and they were saying like on the way to your place was a fucking
it's
nightmare
insane.
right now. So it's like I just was like, oh, I'm so glad we're not at Chris.
Oh yeah,
tonight,
no. Every
dude.
time I'm coming out and I see like the sea of red lights,
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, I'm so glad that
it's
I'm not
hard,
on that side.
dude. It's hard. There were some times like getting to your house by 7:30 was
Oh, there was one time it
difficult.
took me a full hour.
Yeah,
right.
You
Yeah.
know? I mean, we live technically
15 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're super close.
It ain't
you
that
know?
far.
That's like I had a friend that came in from Georgia a few weeks back, and I picked her up from LAX, and she was like, "Oh, well, like LAX is really outside of downtown." And I go, "Yeah," and she'd never been to Southern California, and I was like, "Yeah, like see those mountains right there?" And she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Right on the other side of that's the valley, and that's 13 miles from here." I go, "And if we tried to drive there right now, it would take us 2 hours to get there." And she's like, "Are you serious?" She goes, I don't even understand what that is. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
that's traffic.
If
Welcome
you tell
to
somebody
LA.
like we're gonna go the 5 to the 405, like there better be ass at the end of that trip, right? I mean that's a trek. I remember there's so many I know from out of state says you guys do this like every day.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
yeah.
You just plan ahead because it's part of your commute.
I was out there doing a meeting. I go out to LA all the time for meetings for my work and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm near a magic shop, and there's no magic shops around anymore. So there's one in LA. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm only 15 miles away, and it was a 45-minute ride. And I'm like, nope, sorry, I'm good.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you say magic shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Magic the Gathering, or like I'm pulling a fucking rabbit out of my hat.
Fucking rabbits,
All
motherfucker.
right, man.
Mike's like where Todd was the rock biter, Mike will be Magic Mike. Just so you guys know.
Oh Jesus.
All right.
Like that's going to be, I think, the way we go with Mike.
Yeah.
So he's.
I'm the before picture of Magic Mike.
Well, Mike also, Steve, is the worst magician I've ever met in my life.
Longest magician.
I'm sorry, and not in a good way. Not like his penis length. Like he just, his tricks just go on forever.
The setup is like 45 minutes.
Yes, and then he's like, he like makes his thumb separate from his finger.
And then the fucking card fell out of his sleeve. He goes, fuck, I fucked it up.
Have you, speaking of magic, have you seen the 2 Asian guys on YouTube where it's like they're Korean, or I think they're Korean guys, and it's like the guy does a trick and then his Korean friend like fucks the trick up at the end of every time?
No, I have not seen that.
Oh my God. It's like this great series of YouTube videos, and they're like basically like 2 guys, they don't speak at all. And like the one guy goes and he like sets the trick up, and then he like does it, and then the other guy comes and like ruins the magic trick, like how he did it. And then the guy gets like, he gets all sad and butthurt, and so it's like every video it's like it like escalates. So it's like he'll ruin it on the next one. Like it's like the bottle disappearing trick inside the bag. He ruins it, and then they start beating the shit out of each other. But they're all deadpan the whole time it's happening. They're fucking hilarious. So if you guys get a chance, I don't know the name of them, but they're fantastic.
Korean magic.
That was
comedy.
If you literally look up Asian guys ruining magic. Like
I'll
their
find a
video-
different kind of website. The racist magic circle.
yeah.
Koreans ruining our magic.
Right.
Took our germs.
Two things I like, in my younger days, I used to wear a lab coat and I would experiment with a lot of psychedelics. We were experimenting, of course, with acid and mushrooms. So
I thought you meant like tie-dye shirts. Or something like that.
So whenever I see anything like Cirque du Soleil or like really good magicians, I start like questioning if I'm
back there again.
If I'm having a flashback right now. So
I love a good magician, and I llove Mike too. But I love a good magician. So it's like,
Yes.
Wow.
Rim shot.
I'm just kidding. Actually, Mike puts on a really Mike gets the banter portion of being a magician, like unbelievably so. Like lots of fun in that regard.
I have seen a lot of videos. I don't know if this is the kind of magic you do. I've seen a lot of videos on the internet of guys who are hiding ridiculously large things in their anus, and they pull it out, and you go, look at that, ta-da!
I don't do that on stage, but I do that for private parties. 951.
Is that a fucking bowling pin? And he was just like acting normal. And then all of a sudden, ting,
This is
there's a
part of
bowling
your
pin.
normal search each day?
You
or
know what? I tell you what, dude. After a while, you're like, listen.
I need something different.
Watching the kittens sing fucking, Santa Claus songs, Christmas songs, and you get bored of that. And like,
Okay.
I need to go deeper.
Bowling pin in the
Literally
ass.
deeper.
Have you guys heard of this thing called Reddit?
Yes.
This is a
Are
bad
you, wait,
place.
you're just finding out about Reddit?
yeah.
Don't you work for like the people that give me my internet? How does that
But
work?
we don't look
We
at
don't
that
sample
at work. It should be set on fire
Oh yeah.
with gasoline. They need to burn all of that.
Well, they do a lot of good things there too, but
I don't know. I didn't see
I'm sorry. I gotta
anything
leave the
good.
room real quick. My son apparently turned up Charlie Brown louder because we're talking loud, so I can now hear it from the other room.
He's gotta also you
So
guys.
what is Reddit? Because I've seen like shit from it, but I've never gone to Reddit. So what the hell is it? Is it like YouTube kind of?
It's like the free internet. People
what?
post like threads and all kinds of stuff. It's anywhere from talking about like conspiracy theories to like,
Oh, Jesus.
and it's not all that kind of stuff. It's not
Is
all
it like
political.
blogs?
No, it's more like a large message board about
fuck.
Yeah,
anything.
it's really kind of
You can get lost there.
yeah, dude. It just goes deeper and deeper.
I just
into
had a
like,
feeling I didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, it's best not to.
Well, it's not the dark web. It's
No,
not like
but
you're
no,
like,
but it's.
it's
But you
just
don't want to go
Reddit.
down the rabbit hole of it either.
Oh, I love the rabbit hole
Yeah,
for
I
all
know
sorts
you
of
do.
things.
Yeah, but when you go down the rabbit hole, then you have to like I have to go into a sweat lodge for 7
Yeah,
days
yes.
Right.
and get this out of my fucking system.
Because it weighs on your head for a little long, and
Yeah.
suddenly you're like, did I just see that? I don't know
I'll
that
tell
I
you,
wanted to see that.
Yeah, there are fucking videos. I still like close my eyes and can see that shit.
It was like rotten.com back when I was in high school.
No.
Oh, that's fucking mild nowadays.
Right.
Oh, I
Right.
know.
You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Remember when you first time you went to like Break and you're like, ooh, break.com, what's this? And it's like people getting punched and stuff, and you're like, what is this? This is brilliant. And then now you're like, oh, that's like every video on my Facebook page
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Is like,
The whole Reddit thing was like, people think that the Facebook is bad or some of these other social media. I said
no.
No, because you're grouped all amongst your
I was like,
people there.
yeah, this is. Whoa.
There's no cross contamination
Man.
in Reddit.
you should run from
Yeah,
that.
dude. I
yeah,
was
that
like,
would
you know
not be
what?
good for you.
Turned it off. We won't be going back.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like my first foray into the dark web. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't ever need to do this again. I'm going to uninstall all this shit
Well, I
from my
finally, like-
computer. I'm good.
My Instagram, I don't know if I've talked about this before. I absolutely tolerate nothing more. Like, it has to be pictures of food or hiking or lifting weights or hot suicide girls with like tattoos. Anything else, automatic unfollow. I don't care if it's mom.
Right.
They're fucking gone, dude.
Like if it's your pictures of your mom?
No. I mean, like, if I
What if
gotta
your mom's
hear-
a hot suicide
if I gotta
girl?
What if
hear-
your mom's
I gotta hear
lifting? Is that okay?
If it's political or
Got it.
religious,
Yeah.
and it was even worse if they just copied the same crappy fucking meme from Facebook onto there.
yeah.
Gone. Goodbye. I've dumped good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the
So
place for it.
I just want my hobbies on there. Keep that crap on Facebook. You guys want to have your what have you on there,
Right.
on your soapbox. That's fucking cool. Here, I just want to see pictures of boobs and tattoos and lifting weights and pizza.
My
Really
mom
good
does all
pizza.
that.
Right?
Your mom does none of that anymore.
Well, not anymore. But she still posts pictures.
She does?
No.
From the afterlife? That's impressive.
I got like one of those people like, oh, a suggested friend, Melinda Humberg. And I'm like, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, what's the protocol on that? Like, I've got people on my list that have died, but I don't want to unfriend them because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Honestly, I've kept them on there.
Yeah,
and,
but then you
and
invite them to
what?
shit
But
and they don't
you
show
know what?
up.
No, I don't do that. I also don't. I don't.
When they do
fucking
say they're
invite
going, though,
everybody.
it's kind of creepy.
But no, like I've gone back and visited their pages,
Right.
just kind of look at their pictures. I don't like to say I'm creeping, but I'm kind of creeping, and I'll go back to their page and I'll look at some pictures or something, and I'll see people have posted on their page like, "Hey, I miss you."
Yeah,
happy
usually the
birthday,"
anniversary of their death, they'll post
something like that. I don't know. It's
Maybe
kind
it's a
of
nice way to be remembered, to be honest
it's
with
like
you.
an electronic memorial
Yeah.
that just
You can actually,
know,
I think, sign up on Facebook to have like your profile turned over to someone in memoriam once you die.
Really?
You know, there's a whole new fucking thing with like legally with people's iTunes accounts and shit like that. There are people who've got thousands and thousands of dollars in music that they bought online. That's part of your
Estate.
estate. Yeah.
And now there's no more death tax, so
legal-
you can keep it all.
Yeah, so
Unless you got like $5 million worth
but
of
I know
music.
that there was
Yes.
a couple of years ago, you know how like Facebook's got right now, they've got one of those new like, here, look at your year in review type
Right.
thing. There was, when they first did that, there was a father who, I guess he lost his son, and he really went to bat to get this account opened up or something so he could see his son's pictures or something
Oh,
like
wow.
that. It was kind of a big thing at the time, so.
Yeah, that's a bit of a like bringing it down a little now.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
fucking talk about something fucking cool.
I was
like,
trying to,
No, it's okay.
bring
I mean,
it
look,
around.
I think it's because it's the end of the year, and you're sort of like you start to like Facebook like starts hitting you with things, and you're like, oh, I got to remember things from like a year ago, or like all the pictures that I've seen, and like
No,
the
I
whole
never
year.
do that shit.
Me,
Oh.
I'm just like, fuck, dude, I've had an amazing year, so I remember all these.
All of my what have I done this year was all my recaps.
Right?
Like none of them were pictures. It was all like all my 65 recaps that I got through of the surviving the Armageddon. But it's fine. Whatever. I don't post enough on that. I just can't. I'm avoiding it at this point.
Right.
I don't want to be in trouble for anything. So it's like at this point I'm almost ready to just detach from social media completely. So
You are getting old. Like,
It's not about like.
these kids and their internet.
No. Although I
I'm
will.
not on Facebook.
I will. You will laugh.
Kids don't give a shit about
and
Facebook.
they don't. But
No.
Steve will laugh at this too. We got teenagers that moved in across the street,
Yeah.
and I don't have a problem with them being teenagers, but they do skate at 2:30 in the morning sometimes,
Yeah.
which I'm like, it's fucking kids skating,
I've been that kid.
right? So it's like it's not all the time, but you could tell when they're not at school. By the way, I think the heat just kicked on, and I got the window open. So I'm bitching about that, like them damn kids on their skateboards, and 2 of the houses on our street are being flipped right now, and they haven't mowed the lawns in a month. And so my wife called fucking 311 on them. I'm like, we are officially those people.
Yeah,
I
you
go,
are.
you just became those people. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm all, you literally called the city on somebody to mow their lawn. Like look at your yard. How dare you?
Right.
So yeah, but got a kick out of that. All right, so we got a lot to talk about here. Where do you guys want to start?
I'm dying to talk about these motherfuckers on The Walking Dead.
All right,
That's
let's,
all
let's,
I know.
Let's go right there. Walking Dead sounds great.
I was furious.
Why, Chris? Tell us why.
Stupid shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you talking about the fucking dirty trash
The
people?
goddamn trash people.
The up.
The fucking
Holy
trash
shit
people.
with the up-ups. Like, really?
Yeah.
At first I'm like, okay, why the hell is he there? Does he really need these people?
Right.
And holy shit, this last week, like, fucking Daryl. What? Can we kill Daryl Dixon?
No.
Like, I'm ready to get a shirt that says, if Daryl doesn't die, we riot. Because Daryl's a fucking moron at this point.
Daryl made a very bad decision.
Daryl
made a
has made
series of
nothing but bad decisions. It's like, this whole season is like, Daryl's a dick. I think they're trying to get us ready to kill him off, and the blow won't be quite so bad.
I just think Daryl has made some bad. Okay,
Holy shit.
can we just? Okay, this is my problem with this last week of The Walking Dead. What the fuck was Rick's plan? I'm just going to show up,
Right.
get captured by the
Right.
enemies, and
warn
they're
them
going
like
to
a
do what I
badass.
want.
Because I've got a couple of Polaroid pictures,
Right.
showing that we've killed some random people, as far as you know.
Join
Right.
me or die.
Like, you got a whole fucking army of people. You didn't bring any backup? Like, nobody?
I was, see, I'm. You have them on the ropes.
Right?
Knock them out.
Why? Well, you don't want to knock them out. You're against what Daryl wanted to just get the dynamite and blow the fucking place to pieces.
Yeah, but Daryl's plan
No, but
was...
that plan was stupid.
That was not necessarily a good plan. Like, you've got them under siege. They're going to run out of food at a certain point.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
To
Show some freaking patience.
the minute
Let the plan work.
Yeah, the minute you open the door, like, and by the way, if they got enough ammunition to clear out all them walkers, like, entering the building, they got enough ammunition to clear them out outside, like, was
Right.
my
Yeah.
only complaint. I'm like, none of this worked. None of this made any sense to me.
No sense.
So, but that's, I mean.
And there weren't enough of them to really be a problem.
Well,
Maybe
there-
it was just extras. They didn't have the budget for it or something.
well, I mean, that's like the TV thing,
but,
you know?
it was 40 deep. Okay. So we'll get some long sticks and we'll just work for an
No,
hour or
spears
two.
don't exist
Right.
in The Walking Dead. We
Well,
established
I've been
that.
for years since the beginning of the show. I've been like, do you have to get up close and personal every time with a fucking knife? There is a thing. It's called a spear. Cavemen figured it out.
Right.
You guys can't wrap your head around this fucking idea. There's sticks everywhere, you know, and they just I don't know.
I think the
never
tiger
understood that.
Was the fucking mastermind of this whole plan. And now the tiger's
The
gone.
tiger
It's
was
like
gone,
the
so
whole
when
thing just
fell
went to shit.
apart, Right.
Like
possible.
nothing makes sense at this point.
Seriously though, Rick shows up. Like, his plan
By
is literally,
himself.
he's like, "You're gonna join me, or
We'll
or
kill
else."
I'm gonna come back here.
And what do they
I'm
do?
gonna- you've
We're going
got-
to take off your clothes and put you in the crate.
You've got somebody
sculpt you.
standing
right.
right
We're going to
behind.
sculpt you.
You've got somebody standing literally right behind him with an AK-47, and you don't
Just mow him down.
fucking
Take him
shoot
out.
him. I shot him in the back of the fucking head. Be done with his ass.
Plus, he's
And fed his ass to the head.
right. There you go.
Like what the? All you have is a head.
They're artists, dude. Like, this is what
Yeah,
happens when you
this-
give lefties guns.
Right. That's probably what it is.
Fuck. Right?
They're leftist preppers.
Man.
Well, and then as much as I hate the up people, like I at least like the fact that they are embracing the apocalypse, because literally they're like, well, what do we do all day? We just we hang out and we do art. It's really great.
Yeah. I mean,
Naked in
I'm
paint.
with that part, dude. I
They're
mean,
like, we're going to sculpt you and then fucking kill you,
Yeah.
and then we're going to sculpt you into
And
a
then we're
really
gonna do,
badass
like,
zombie.
fucking interpretive dance after, you know, while listening to Autobahn. You know?
It's funny. It's like, remember the first time we met them and they did that really extensive interpretive dance around Rick and the group?
Yeah.
So now you're like, I bet they did fucking practice that. I bet
Right.
they were like, she was like, if someone enters, we dance.
Right.
We need to practice.
You're using too many complete sentences right there.
She's all 5, 6, 7, 8, and come on, people, let's see those boxes.
Jazz hands.
I mean, like it's one thing to say, okay, like we're gonna build this community, but you know what? We're also gonna do. We're gonna talk like assholes too,
Right.
and you got everybody on board. I'm like, fuck, you're pretty good. I mean, you've got some.
Well, it's been 3 years since civilization fell
Of
apart.
course, we've lost language altogether.
In 3 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
I just, yeah.
Like, cars are still working, but the English language has broken away.
If they were all from completely different countries,
I would have bought into that
I would
one.
have bought it.
Maybe it was like the Germans.
They're all from like Georgia.
This is the United Nations camp that went wrong when the apocalypse
Yeah.
happened. Oh, fine.
They were foreign exchange students.
Right, right.
Right when that
Yeah,
happened.
Definitely. I mean, I think we can all agree of all the communities that they found, this is hands down the worst. I would
stupid.
have rather than brought back the fucking
Governor.
all ladies.
Oh,
the fishing
camp or
village.
What the
something.
hell was
Yeah,
the point
you
of
know?
that?
They
They
had the
just-
guns.
Right.
Okay, but still,
Like,
Where
you
are they
have
now?
an entire
They were
community who hates
more,
Negan.
but you know what? They were more interesting actually.
Right.
You know, I mean, I thought they were more interesting.
You know
than
why?
The trash.
Because you
people.
can't make any money on females in the lead roles. You
Oh,
can't do
get
it.
outta here with that.
You can't do
Yeah,
it.
dude.
I think they're going to be a big part of the second half of the season.
They have to be.
They have to be, because
It's
the
terrible storytelling if you
because
do
the
not bring
kingdom-
them back.
The kingdom got completely wiped out by
Right.
250 cal guns.
It's freaking stupid.
I like how one attack threw off their entire plan too. Like one group got mowed down, and now it's like, whoa, we have to do some damage control. Like it's one little pocket of your group.
What was it, like 30 people?
Yeah.
Seriously, that's your plan. Those 30 are the hinge.
One bad battle and
The
you're
linchpin.
screwed.
I will say that having recently reread All Out War in the comics, this to me smacks of like what happened in Woodbury, like when we got to TV with that, where it was like we need to stretch this out for longer than it actually is. And I think that's what's happening because the stuff in the comics is pretty succinct. Like you see the steps, they attack, there's a counterattack. You know, it's like everything goes along, and it's pretty easy to follow. This, it's just like it's TV land, so we need to pad this for 16 episodes.
To me, it feels like.
And Rocky the DJ
it's
fucking
like,
tries to take off.
It's like
and
rush. It's like stretch it out, but rush it all at the same time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I will say I love the pacing of Eugene and Negan.
All that stuff was like that part of the episode
Holy
was
shit.
fun.
I was looking for a handshake here, Eugene. I literally
a
laughed.
couple weeks ago when I was like, we need more Eugene. This is why, because Eugene is actually a character they understand.
Yeah.
And like the stuff, like all of his storyline in this episode was good to follow.
Oh yeah, he's the everyman in this.
All
arc
the
right
Rick
now.
stuff, because literally you're watching the Rick stuff and you're like, okay, he's got a plan. Like everybody when they're like, we got to go because we got to meet with Rick. Like they're all going to the trash people's place to the up,
right?
And they're all going to be out there with fucking guns, and Rick's going to like snap his finger, and somebody's going to get blasted.
Right.
It's going to be awesome.
No.
My plan was we own. By the way, okay. Furthermore, that camera she had with the little pop out bulb, like those things in today's world are fucking hard to come by. Like those little
Give me
bulbs.
a break.
Well, she does live in a junkyard.
No.
No.
Like she took a picture. Like where'd she get the film? How is she gonna develop this film?
Right. Like what the hell is going on here? Where's she gonna find the chemicals to develop this film?
You guys are breaking it down even worse than I am this time.
Oh no, this shit was like one stupid decision after another.
The up people are.
Oh Jesus.
They are quite literally the worst decision on television in almost like the history of television.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
This
It's
is like a
so
lost
bad.
level of bad decision making, where you're like, why? Who?
And they
how?
double down on it every
Yeah.
single time. It gets worse.
And you're like, okay, we're just gonna go and wipe them out this time, right? Like you would have been okay if Rick showed up and was like, I'm here to kill you all, and then just like fucking mowed people down, right?
That'd have been cool.
That'd have been great,
Yeah.
right? But instead, it's like you're gonna join us because I said so.
I think it was just so they could show another armored zombie.
That's really it.
That was cool. I
My,
guess.
No,
my
it
friend,
wasn't.
my friend Norman was the one who sculpted the first one.
Did he do the second one too, or
I don't know. He hasn't posted about it. He has done a lot of the walkers that you've seen on there.
like I dig the bit with the head getting ripped off on the pole, but
Yeah.
once again, it was like
But he had no gun in his hand, and he's holding her on the ground. Meanwhile, every jackass in the up was sitting there watching. It's like no one's gonna jump in and help her out.
my theory. None of those guns are loaded. They're
What?
like my actors in Night of the Living Dead, where none of them know how to use a weapon. So
Well, yeah, they're all art people.
yes, they're like now with that.
Now we know what happened to your cast once the apocalypse happened.
Yes,
They all moved out
they-
to Georgia and
Definitely. Also, I'm starting to like, and actually they're in Virginia now. Just remember they moved up to the little north. So, oh yeah, man, that's badass.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's done a lot of stuff for them.
Well, I mean, look, so, like the art on the zombies has been fine this season. It's just there's just been some questionable storytelling moments and some bad decision making, and we've got some A-team level of action that's happened a couple times this season.
Yeah,
know.
that definitely popped in my mind.
There's-
this is like A-Team right now.
All I need is the shot of somebody going "Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na," like
Right.
it's like the falling
the
shot.
exploding tower,
And they fly out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
And it's sort of like the truck bit, dude. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're driving the truck in, and fucking Tara is laying down cover. I'm all, you have fucking people in sniper positions, Tara. Nobody needs you to jump out with your fucking M4 from behind, no cover whatsoever. And if they've got snipers shooting back, how did none of them hit her? Like, I just... If you can shoot at the zombies on the ground, then what the fuck? Like...
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded.
Like, none of this last 2 episodes made any.
Well, there's a reason that Eugene's the smartest man in the
I
colony.
guess, because they're all friggin'
And then
chimps.
what's up with like all of Negan's lieutenants have turned into like the fucking leftovers from Logan? Like, they're like I'm like waiting for like the dude with the fucking goofy hand, like the metal hand, to show up as well.
Yeah.
It's like there's fucking chick with side haircut, and here's this guy over here, and like
and neck tattoo.
And the saviors sure don't like.
What's wrong with neck tattoos?
Nothing,
fucker?
but she's got the shaved side
not,
of her head with
not
the
like,
neck tattoo.
Not like these fucking hipster fucking neck tattoos. God damn.
You mean where it's like
a
just
hamburger?
fucking tonight, dude. This fucking kid jocking the fucking register of the fucking gas station with tattoos on his face. How many hours have you had doing what? Your work. Oh fuck, man. I don't know. 20 fucking something years. How about that?
He's trying to start conversation.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's trying to get to know you.
Oh, yeah. No, that
fucking,
pisses me off.
You're 20
I don't want a
fucking 1
friend.
years old with fucking. You haven't earned those facial tattoos. You take an iron and fucking burn them right off his fucking face. I'm like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I was really like, you were crotchety fucking neighbor. You know, I'm like crotchety fucking tattoo guy.
Is that really like that irritates you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now I need to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
I know shit, dude. And I'm gonna be like, hey man, I got this butterfly. Like,
Normally I'm fucking, pretty fucking open to, people talking, want to ask me about tattoos or something, but no, not this little fucking hipster douchebag.
when you say face tattoo, what was it?
It had an anchor on one.
Oh, Jesus.
Under his eye, and I don't even remember what the fuck was under his other one.
Was he like a punk or like a
Is this
fucking
a
like
fucking
An anchor?
A
That made you
douchey-
think punk, huh?
No, I'm asking like what was his look? Like did he have like the little
he was
greased down mustache?
He was jocking
or-
a fucking register at the gas station, and I'm like, wow, dude.
And now he's listening and crying.
I didn't
Just
give him
tried to be
card.
nice to
No,
you.
fuck that. No, that shit fucking drives me nuts.
I offered you a free hot dog and everything, man.
Right. No, I didn't even get a fucking free donut. I would have been like a little bit better about it than that.
Well, okay. So we know how to get to Steve.
So offer Steve food before you talk about tattoos.
So all of a sudden we jumped off fucking Walking Dead, though.
Are you surprised? Like the meme you posted a few weeks ago.
I like it when I fucking see like the fucking like the cream of the crop of bad motherfuckers, because that's my vision of the fucking of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
like
but-
they made it. You know why? Because they kill people.
But they all look
because
like-
when you have a teardrop under your fucking eye, it's not because you didn't think it was really cool when you were getting your fucking coffee. It's because you fucking killed somebody, and you in the zombie apocalypse excel. You finally found your place in the world.
Yeah, but these people don't seem like they're badasses. They seem like they're
I don't know,
TV
man.
badasses.
Fucking what's his name? The one who had Hilltop under his control. He's a believable fucking asshole.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that mustache alone commands.
Right.
You like, he's not fucking around.
Yeah.
And his way of doing it too. It's almost on par with fucking Negan.
Oh, yeah.
With the cocky, smart ass, badass shit. Like like he's fucking with you, but this guy'll kill you.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like for a year straight we've been looking at saviors, and they have not looked like this last couple.
Well, I don't
episodes.
know. The ones that fucking Daryl blew up,
Right.
Well,
that
sure.
to me were like the saviors. But then the one that had the king, Jeffrey Dahmer.
right?
Right. What?
I mean, literally, if you put him next to Jeffrey Dahmer, they looked a lot alike.
Yeah, I'm sure that shit was intentional,
Yeah.
right? Like in the design. It's just like the saviors are this weird hodgepodge, and I just for whatever reason, like this last couple episodes, it just has been standing out more to me.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna stop watching Walking Dead.
No.
Like, it's like no show is on for 8 years and doesn't have a couple stinkers of an episode. You know?
Yeah.
It's like every show I've watched. It's like
I don't think it's
know.
jumped the shark,
No.
so to
No.
speak. But
I'll tell you what, though. I don't care if they put anybody on Fear the Walking. I don't care who it is. I ain't watching that shit again.
you know who
I'm
it is
over.
now,
It's
right?
fucking Morgan. Who
yeah,
cares?
which
was
a
to me-
surprise.
not
To me.
not the right decision.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, I would have totally been on board with Abraham
Right.
being
Yeah.
the character, but to have Morgan, like,
I hadn't heard about this.
yeah. So Morgan, they're gonna do a crossover next season, and Morgan's leaving The Walking Dead this season.
Poor man.
I
don't think he's leaving.
He is. This is season 8's his last season on The Walking Dead.
Oh, well, they're going to kill him off.
We can. Well, you don't know that because there's a time jump that's going to happen at the end of the season, so he might just be gone, as it were.
Or maybe he's gonna fucking walk the zombie apocalypse like
fucking Kane, right?
Or fucking Denzel and
like Book of Eli.
yeah, the whole
movie.
time that motherfucker was blind.
I love that movie, dude.
Time,
Yeah?
I love that movie.
You know, that motherfucker was blind.
Did you get to the end of
I was
that
like,
movie?
is this Shalom Alama Ding Dong?
Yeah.
This
Did you get to the end of that movie the first time and you're like,
No,
and then you're like, I gotta watch this shit again.
I didn't watch it in the theater. I watched it at home, and I watched it really late at night. And so when it got to the end, I was like, it kind of jarred me from. I was kind of half in, half out. I was like, "Whoa, wait a fucking minute!
Get out of
That
here.
motherfucking guy was blind.
Right.
Rewind this shit,
Yep,
dude.
yep. You have to see all those
Yeah.
interactions if he played it.
It's kind of like the first time you watch Memento and you get to
Right.
the end and you're like,
Hold on.
wait a minute, what the fuck did I just watch? I need to
Right.
watch this shit again. Like Book of Eli. I fucking
Great film.
And the soundtrack for it is great too.
So maybe Morgan's gonna do that.
Oh, dude, I'd fucking watch the shit out of that.
You know?
No,
That's not going to happen. It's
No.
Fear the Walking Dead.
exactly.
Oh,
I thought that they were gonna
It's the
fill
scraps
in.
from the Walking Dead storyline.
I thought they were gonna fill in that year where Morgan was gone.
That's what they're gonna do.
Okay, so it is going back in time.
Yeah, it's going to be probably that season. I mean, actually, they haven't said how far back it's going to be. It might be before Clear, even.
Oh yeah.
Like, it might be before his son dies, or it might be after.
No, it has to be after the sun dies.
Not necessarily.
But was it like, didn't he just stay in that same town and barricade it off and
Yeah,
go
but it doesn't
crazy?
make sense to me that when he went looking for Rick, that he would have gone west, because they're going to be in Houston.
Right.
And I don't
but
know.
I don't know that he would have gone looking for Rick after his son died. He would just like go walkabout.
Look, I'm just saying that the fucking producers of The Walking Dead do not own a map, apparently, because Atlanta is not close to fucking Houston.
right.
So
I mean, and that
It's a short walk.
If he's got a year, he could pull that off. You got cars.
Yeah, but why are you walking with that determination?
yeah, but you know what? Like, you know, we've kind of touched on on herds.
Right.
And then you think to yourself, like, how many millions of people are in a city? Like, we're showing a herd of like a couple hundred,
Right.
maybe 1,000. I mean, you're talking about cities that are millions of undead, dude.
Right.
Like,
People just stacked on top of each other.
yeah, you know, and that's eventually going to pour out of those cities, you know. I mean, it was kind of cool back in that one episode when they come across that farm where they had
Right.
just
Yeah,
like
they had to stop and turn around.
wiped out all the cattle in there and stuff. Yeah, you know, they're just completely cut off.
Yeah.
And they just kind of showed it from a distance, but it gave you kind of a little of an idea of like what's
out there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was like when Fear the Walking Dead came out, and I remember I was in L.A. and I was just like, I was on top of a building. I was doing taxidermy at the time, classes, and I remember just looking out at L.A. going, there'd be no way out of here, dude.
No, and that's why we were also
I mean,
looking
there's
forward
no
to Fear
way,
the Walking Dead.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Because it has that potential. You were in a powder keg.
Somehow
How
they
do you
fit
survive that?
all of the undead in the form. It's crazy. What?
Right.
I mean, I've been to the forum. It only seats about 16,000.
You're right. Yeah. You know, it was like that was all of L.A. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're looking at L.A. You just look at our freeway and go,
Right.
I'll give you a perfect example.
You're not going anywhere, man.
LA's on fucking fire right now, and
You're
there's
right.
nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like, the people in LA are literally like, my friends in LA are constantly posting like, if anyone's affected by the fire and you need a place to stay, come on over here. I'm here. The fire's 7 miles this way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's burning shit down left and right. And then you
Right.
see all the videos that we've seen online.
Yeah, we
driving
can't-
into hell.
We
Right.
can't move during fucking Thanksgiving, let alone a zombie apocalypse.
Right.
So I'm like, Morgan ain't walking nowhere.
No, you look
This
like
doesn't make
holiday
any
weekend
sense.
traffic, and yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, can we have a discussion real quick about how fucking people in LA, literally the hills are on fire like it's the end of the fucking world and people are just driving to work?
Right.
I had a meeting in
Did you-
Encino driving right
Did
through
you
it.
see that video?
Oh,
where
yeah,
they're like
dude.
fucking driving to Mustafar.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, dude.
Dude, I was trying to edit together a video of fucking Anakin on fire trying to catch a cab.
Fuck.
So I'm like halfway through with it. I just got to finish the audio on it, and I'll post it up. But it's literally like this guy in like the girl in an Uber like is taking a picture and she's like, oh my god, what's that over there? And I was gonna like I have this perfect edit of Anakin like going like on fire.
You think that's bad, dude? You remember the Japanese death cult Shirome
No.
Riki, I think, where they let the sarin gas off in the fucking subways? Just a few years ago, dude.
No.
Yeah, people were exposed to sarin gas and still went to work in Japan.
Yeah.
What?
They're literally fucking dying. And they're like, I guess they're going to get to the office.
Well, we don't like to be shaken from our norm. We go, that's not going to happen to me, and I still got things to do, and
You know,
I don't have the money to take off from work for a week.
exactly. You're like, listen, man,
I
I'm
got bills to
really
pay.
short on vacation time, and we've got that thing coming up, you know,
Guys,
and I don't want.
I don't think these people didn't understand how fire works. Like once you're engulfed in flames around you, you're pretty fucked. Like
Right.
there's nowhere to go. You know, there was
I got to pay for HBO.
there was
And
reports.
and if you don't, we're coming to get our bill from you, man.
Yeah.
There were reports though of like the malls nearby, like people calling in and going like, "Hey, you know, are we closed?" They're like, "No, get in here."
Yeah.
Like they had them wearing like those fucking we're in China masks, you know, like the little face masks,
Yeah.
working at the mall. Like, here's your Orange Julius, sir.
Oh,
Good luck.
You know, a lot of people were there's a video of the Santa Rosa fire, and the whole block is burned up, but there's this little mail truck still going down the street and putting mail in the boxes and shit. And somebody was like, but fuck, dude, there's still shit. The world is still fucking turning.
Right.
You're seeing the postman? Like,
Yeah,
you
you know?
keep going no matter what
Hey,
happens.
you know what, dude?
Wow.
You know
That's
what?
a pull right there.
That is not a second chance.
Some of our listeners may or may not know, dude. I'm in the telecommunications field, and when these things happen, dude, as soon as we get the clear from that it's safe for us to go in there, we are back in there, dude. Putting the lines up, putting the poles up. I mean, it's still smoking
Yeah.
the ground, but we go back in there, man, and start fucking rebuilding the system, dude.
I'm intrigued now. Like, now I want to see a zombie apocalypse movie where, like, the apocalypse breaks out and people are still just driving to work and shit,
Yeah.
you know? Because
I bet you they would be.
Shaun of the Dead. Dude.
Yeah.
We've already seen it.
That's the closest, but that's not really it.
Well, Shaun of the Dead is, like the
He's
first
unaware.
day. Yeah, it's not, but it's like... See, once
See,
again,
they were
Fear
kinda,
the Walking Dead had a shot.
They were
It had a
touching on
shot.
it in the very beginning. They were just
With the
just
riots breaking out
scratching
and
the fucking
everything.
surface. Or just the fucking when they were at the freeway exit and the cops were just fucking blasting that guy, and they're like, "How can people keep shooting him, the motherfuckers? Because it keeps coming at us." You know?
Right.
And the homeless
And
person gets shot
and
in
it was
the
such a
rally
great
and-
scene. I mean, I was really excited. I was like, "Holy shit, it is going down!"
Because they're building.
And these people are like, "Hey, I'm still trying to get home."
Yeah.
You know.
You know, we got screwed at. We got screwed the night they were in the fucking barbershop.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't need that. Like,
No.
they just basically, like, we don't have the budget to show you all the stuff you really want to see.
Yeah.
And we're going to, like, we could have literally spent the entire first season or the entire second season in that one night in the barbershop, and
Yeah.
I would have been stoked. Like, just running around town trying to survive.
You know, just
turn it into 24.
Dude,
Exactly. Every
the
episode's
scene
like
when
an
they
hour.
the scene when they went by the fucking hospital was so fucking cool, man. And that was like,
Right.
Because that's like going to be ground zero,
Yeah.
Right.
of any outbreak. Is going to be a fucking hospital, you know.
And then you get some neat, and what's funny is like you get some neat flashbacks like in the Walking Dead proper, like of like when in season 2 when they flash back to Shane at the hospital and like they're coming in just fucking shooting everybody in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he's trying to save Rick's life, you know. Like there's moments like that, but it's like Fear the Walking Dead had a really unique opportunity to give us something that we didn't have. And it was really disappointing to me that they didn't take that opportunity and just jump on it. So, but let's let
At least we have the up-ups.
Since you
makes up
brought
for
up
it.
Shane,
I was gonna say we got to talk about the Punisher, dude.
fuck,
Like,
yes.
okay, so has everybody seen at least a little bit of the Punisher?
A little bit.
I'm 4 episodes in.
So Steve and I have a question for
I'm
Chris.
dying
'cause
to
Chris
know
has
this.
finished this. Go ahead, Steve. Ask him.
I want to know you in our little conversation we have offline. You felt it was preachy. I'm dying to know what you're talking about.
You'll get there. You'll get there. It's the whole thing takes this weird tangent into soldiers with PTSD.
That's a great thing. I can't
And-
believe.
and now-
how dare you,
but-
communist
No,
bastard.
fuck all that. I'm cool with that, but it felt like they could have done that with him. But they've got this side story with this little rat bastard dude,
I know you're talking about.
and he's it was like they wedged it in there to try and
They do that with
make
a
that
lot of
connection,
shit though, and I don't
but
hear you
it
bitching
lasts
about
for
that.
like fucking 8 episodes of
does
this
it go on
douchebag.
forever?
It goes on forever.
The kid in the
know?
hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great opportunity. It doesn't get enough fucking light these days, and it
Agreed.
should. You
Agreed.
know?
Do it
and
right.
This is the demographic that's gonna fucking be watching it.
Well, what I would say is now I will wait and pass my judgment when I get that far. So I am literally on episode 2, so you guys are way ahead of me at this point.
Well, so you've seen them with their group meetings.
yeah, I saw the little.
Yeah.
I know who he's talking about. Obviously,
Yeah.
that guy.
And it's so telegraphed. It's so. I mean, there were some nice moments with the group,
right.
and the dynamic, and some of the. But then it just like what is this story even fucking about?
That's
Like,
my problem watching it. I just feel very wandery.
It's very wandery,
But I'm okay
and
with
I felt
that.
like it didn't really connect.
But is it set up to be as episodic as like Daredevil and Jessica Jones is, or is it set up to be? I'm sorry, as is it set up to be more episodic, unlike those other shows, or is it set up to be one long story?
It's one
It's a
long story.
Okay, because I was like, to me, it would have been more interesting, and having only got like into the second episode now, like that first episode was a good self-contained
Right.
story.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm like, oh, if they're all like this is great.
They're not.
You know,
They're
like
not.
the first
And
episode was stellar. I
the
enjoyed
first
the shit
half
out of it.
is really slow. And it's a lot of that preachy, these, poor guys, and I'm not like
Holy shit!
No.
This fucking guy right now.
No,
dude.
no. Don't misunderstand. I'm not downplaying it. It felt like they were trying
To capitalize on it.
to capitalize on it. Absolutely. That's the problem I have with it. It's like we're exploiting this situation to give weight to this story that really has nothing to fucking do with that.
It wasn't earned.
It was not
Hey,
earned.
hey.
That is exactly
You
it.
can't steal my line.
There's a new fat guy in the room.
And they didn't connect it to Punisher.
No.
So
If they had connected
okay,
it to
so
him, I
haven't-
would have
haven't- so I
totally
haven't-
been on board.
Does his storyline end at the end of the season, or is it
Who?
still open? The character we're talking about,
Not the Punisher, the other dude.
the other dude.
Oh no, it ends before the end of the season.
Okay, all right.
I don't want
I-
to give too much away.
I mean, I think that like a lot, like to me, the setup is the concept of the PTSD survivor. Like that's Frank's story. Like Frank in himself.
But it's not.
Yeah, but
They did not give that story.
Oh,
That's the
just sort of-
problem I have is that they're trying to make that connection and they don't make the fucking connection.
Okay. I mean, I
would have totally been on board if that's what had happened. I felt like they were tugging at
They're trying to make us something out of nothing.
right.
So you've seen it too.
I've seen about half of the episodes, and it's a little wandery. I'm a little bored.
they
and
were
just-
trying to make me feel for this character. They were trying to make me feel.
Okay.
And I felt
How
like
dare they?
how dare they? I
well,
know.
it wasn't.
Son of a
fuck you
bitches.
guys. It's not
if it was
about
just,
that.
If it was just the Punisher killing every 10 seconds,
I'd be okay with that.
they would be like, oh, there's no story here. It's just the Punisher.
no,
killing.
It needs some talking zombies trying to sort out their issues.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I could have just watched. It could have been 13 episodes of the opening montage, and I
Right?
would have been
Yes.
fucking perfectly fine. Of him, like when he kills the bikers and he fucking kills the drug lord, and I just like look. If I don't enjoy the rest of the episode, I enjoyed the shit out of the first hour.
Right.
How's that?
and I will say the payoff was nice.
dude, that first like, dude, when he fucking beat the shit out of those guys with that sledgehammer, like,
Oh yeah.
dude, that was great. Oh, like
Just wait.
I'm sold.
The end of this series
It's brutal.
is so brutal and so worth the wait in spite of this shit that they give us in the first half that's completely unearned and totally manipulative.
Steve,
Yeah. You know what?
Once they get rid of
I
that
think he's
part,
full of shit, dude. I think if there was some other fucking agenda, he would not be fucking talking shit.
No,
he
no.
wouldn't be, dude.
no,
Yeah.
that's not at all the case.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like they're taking the issue du jour and trying to manipulate the audience by throwing it in there when it isn't really what the story
I
is
think they're
about.
casting light on it when other shit's not.
I think
I think they saw an opportunity to cast some light on it and they're
Maybe.
fucking taking it.
Maybe.
Is the fucking writing the best? I don't know. I'm not all the way through the series. I am halfway through, and so far, to me, his storyline has been so minuscule. It's been like one scene,
no,
and then
it's
it was
not.
like done.
It's not.
It
you
grows.
know?
Here's the thing. It's the same issue that people have with the crazy Vietnam vet movies that came out in the 70s and 80s and 90s. That they painted all of the vets as these unhinged fucking maniacs instead of people who are
Suffering.
hurting. And that is kind of the vibe I got from this. And I'm like, are we fucking doing this again? Like, didn't we learn from demonizing the Vietnam vets with Rambo and all these other movies that came out? I mean, there was a ton of them. There was like Full Metal Jacket, and you had Rambo, and what were some of the Platoon? I mean, it was like The Deer Hunter, all these movies where they demonized this guy coming back from war, and I felt like they were doing the same
I don't
fucking
think they're
thing.
demonizing them. They're fucking showing them.
Well,
There's
but
fucking
I mean,
guys who are here.
I think there's a
fucking
difference.
Problems,
There's a
dude.
difference.
They're kind of fucked up from this shit.
I
dude.
agree.
And they're fucking like The Deer Hunter was the first movie about Vietnam
Right.
that fucking showed some
it
of the
was like
shit
that,
these
yeah.
guys went through.
Right.
Okay, and fucking people want to fucking see that shit, and they should fucking see that shit.
Absolutely.
Especially when they're fucking making fucking judgment on shit that they have fucking zero idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
You know, some of these guys are fucked up.
Agreed.
And I don't think they're demonizing it. Rambo's
Watch the
awesome.
show. Watch the show. No, that
What
was.
are you talking about? It was the cop who was the fucking asshole.
I
Did
agree.
you watch that fucking
Agreed.
movie?
Agreed.
Holy fucking shit.
But
The guy
you-
just wanted some fucking soup. The fucking cop's giving him a fucking hard time.
It's a Frankenstein story.
You know? I mean, fuck, dude.
It is a Frankenstein story.
And Frankenstein was a fucking great fucking story. Holy shit. It's the fucking human that was the bad guy.
I would say that you should reserve judgment until
watch
you
it
get
first.
further
Watch
in.
it first.
All right.
So,
All right.
because
I am not one to lightly shit on veterans or anything like that.
Oh, you shouldn't.
I don't.
At all.
At all. At all.
No, I don't lightly.
I don't shit on.
I only
anything.
heavily shit on veterans.
No, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I go to Taco Bell beforehand.
I save
I
us.
splatter like there's no tomorrow. No,
I don't criticize. How about that?
okay.
These storylines, unless I feel like they're using it
I
a crutch.
personally,
as a crutch or as a way of trying to manipulate the audience and using that story to do it.
I mean, listen, dude.
If
It's all around us with every subject. Every fucking subject. Name one, and we could find something, and I could show you.
6 degrees of PTSD.
Well, it's not even just that. It's every fucking social issue.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
every fucking thing. It's all around us.
Right.
So one more show? No, if we'd sit here and pick every fucking show.
Well, no, I don't
apart.
think like Chris is having
You
a
know?
problem with them touching on that subject.
No.
It's just not that it's not worked in a believable
They
way that
don't-
services a story.
Treat it with respect. Don't fucking use it to try and
All right.
work your show.
I'll check out the rest of the episodes and I'll see what.
Well,
you're-
maybe
what you're
maybe
saying.
I'm seeing something that isn't there.
Well, my beef with Netflix shows as a whole now is I'm getting really tired of releasing everything all at once.
Well, you got to have some self control.
Right.
But it's like, look at me, I have no self control.
Listen, dude. Listen. I fucking the second season of Stranger Things. I made a conscious fucking decision. I'm not going to sit here all weekend and fucking watch it.
Yeah.
But I also make conscious decisions to get up at fucking 3:30 in the morning and work out every fucking day.
But-
it's about self control.
But
don't
what I-
binge watch. Don't fucking eat the whole box of donuts. Okay.
Where's the fun in that?
Steve is my new life coach, apparently. Don't fucking do it.
That's partially why I brought you on the show, Mike. Because I was looking at pictures. I'm like, man, Mike used to be so much thinner. I'm like, I need to introduce him to Steve, and then Steve's literally going to be the voice in your head when you go to eat that fucking chalupa after rehearsal.
Oh, like after
You'd
I
be like,
fucking
"Don't fucking
binged,
do
like, the first season of fucking Stranger Things, I watched it all in a fucking weekend. I was like,
Now what?
now I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, my problem is that everyone doesn't watch it at the same pace, and so you don't have that weekly water cooler conversation like we are with Walking Dead.
Right.
Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. What do you think? It's people like, oh, I saw it all already.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it ruins the
And
conversation.
I got to tell you, man, after watching the second season of Stranger Things, I was like, oh, fuck, I'd forgotten that the sheriff, his part of the storyline is that he had lost his daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I had watched it so fast, I wasn't able to fucking absorb
Exactly.
some of the details that I would have remembered had we gone ahead and spaced it out a little bit. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna binge watch shit anymore. It's just like, not only is it a waste of my fucking weekend, I actually have shit to do. You guys should have something to do too. But fucking, I don't get all those little nuances, all the little details that I just miss because I'm like, okay, next episode.
It's like-
fuck, it's 1:30 in the morning.
It's like when you
get
get it's the difference between doing a monthly on a comic book versus the
Right.
graphic novel.
Right.
Because it's like there's a reason that I collect the Walking Dead monthly because I enjoy the shit out of the cliffhangers in the monthly.
And you're hoping that you're going to score that one first appearance, and you're going to fucking have that $1,000 issue.
Sure, man. Why the fuck not? But I also, I mean, from a reader standpoint, I'm like going through it, and I never realized it because I came on late. Like, admittedly, like I think you were the one that was like, you need to read this book.
Yeah.
Like the first time we were at Comic-Con, and it was like way into the run at this point. They got to be 60 issues in.
Wow.
And I picked this thing up and I was like, this is fucking brilliant. Like, I'm on board, you know? But now that I get the monthlies, it's like, you know, you're reading a monthly comic book and it's set up with cliffhangers where when I'm reading the graphics, I'm just plowing through it.
Yeah.
And when I read a monthly, it's 24, 28 pages and I go slower with it because there's not
You want
that
to savor it.
Well,
Right.
there's not that impetus to like get to the end of, you know, like
What happens next? What happens next?
Right. And I think like with like the Netflix shows and like with the Punisher, like I'm reaching that point too where I'm like the first season of Daredevil was great. I love doing it with Stranger Things the first season, but I don't want to plow through these shows in 8 to 10 hours.
I mean, can you imagine trying to do that with like Game of Thrones and
Fuck,
all of the storylines? Did you really?
I was trying to catch up with where it was on the show, like I want to say like last year or the year before, and so I was watching them at work, like because it's so dialogue heavy that I could listen to it while I was working, and I could just tab over whenever like a visual scene came on. I needed to watch something like, hey, nudity, blood, cool.
the part you really need to watch.
Right?
Yeah, you know, I can listen to the dialogue and I can see the hits. It's awesome. But no, I watched them all back to back. And I watched probably about 5 seasons within the course of 3 months.
Oh,
That's rough, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then also I had the experience of like, oh, like, you know, the Red Wedding happened, and I was like, oh shit, I want to talk about this with people. And be like, oh yeah, that happened. Like it was already cold to them.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's my problem with the Netflix shows is like I'll reach certain episodes and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. And like, oh yeah, like I finished the season. It's pretty cool.
I remember, and you know what? I had my first experience where when the first season of Game of Thrones came on, I had not read the books. And a mutual friend of Mike and I, Big Kyle, was like, oh, or you, I watched like the first 3 episodes. I'm like, I gotta fucking get these books now. And I just plowed through the first book while the first season was running. And then he was like, we were having this conversation about, and he had already read all the way through the 3rd book at that point, or the 4th book at that point, and was like, he goes, yeah, how do you think this is gonna go? And I was like, oh man, I think Robb Stark is gonna be. And he goes, and he knew about the Red Wedding, this prick at the time, and he just was like, yeah, you let me know how that turns out. And I'm like, wait, what? And so it's like for me that feeling of like, that's why I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna read everything because I don't want anything one spoiled. Or 2, like I want to be able to have a conversation at the same level that everybody else is at, you know? And it's part of the reason why I'm like, with like Last Jedi, which comes out next week, like I've avoided all the marketing at this point.
Seen the initial trailer.
That's it. And I haven't, like it wasn't like I did with the last one. Like I searched out spoilers for the last one because I was like, I want to know as much about Star Wars as possible. And then this one, I'm like, I want to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Because
Hopefully.
you've
You've already seen it though. I mean, you get trained by Yoda and Lando betrays him.
Steve and I were already having that discussion early on.
Benicio del Toro is the new Lando. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm going to be so mad if it's just Empire Strikes Back. But
Well, I mean, hey, they pulled it off with
Force Awakens,
man.
and everybody just ate their shitburger and smiled,
and
dude.
Take my money.
And I'll tell you what, when you fucking brought it up, and we've talked about this on the show, when you brought it up, you said, that was a fucking cleverly disguised fucking remake. And they go, you motherfucker, dude. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, it's just like Jurassic World. It was a remake of Jurassic
it's a
Park.
remake.
Well, I
it's
would
just
disagree with-
really cleverly done.
I would disagree
know?
with the Jurassic World being a remake of Jurassic Park for the main reason that I think that Jurassic World pays off on a concept that we didn't necessarily get to see in Jurassic Park. All right, so let's put a pin in the middle of this episode right here. We got to break. Once again, we did far too much podcasting in one night. I was going to break this up into one long episode, but Steve just went on a rant, and we had to keep going. So let's stop this one right here. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Once again, I am the Up.
I'm suffering from PTSD.
Oh man, you bastard! I was gonna pick the up. All right, I'm Shiva, the master planner.
I'm shit. I got nothing this time.
All right, we hope you guys are having a Nerdlife Crisis.
Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.